I think 5G is, it's a very exciting times in terms of 5G development and 5G rollout across the world. In the UK, the country that I'm here to represent, there are already very exciting developments. Our government announced a future telecoms infrastructure review, which put great emphasis on 5G as a future technology, building our digital infrastructure, including 5G. So it's certainly a very, very exciting time. In the UK, we've already seen a number of the mobile phone operators actually rolling out 5G now in a number of urban areas. So providers, EE and Vodafone, who are well represented here today, have already launched their 5G programs in a number of cities and towns in the UK, and all of that is being tested at the moment. But yeah, definitely a very, very exciting time. So the UK government has, as I said, has kind of developed our future telecoms infrastructure review, which has announced policies for us to move forward with the 5G rollout. The 5G providers who are now, the mobile phone providers who are now rolling it out across the country. The government has also invested a significant amount of money, more than £200 million, in test bed and trials, which we see as absolutely critical to ensuring that 5G delivers for everyone as well. And those 5G trials are happening in a range of areas, including things like transport, infrastructure, rural connectivity, healthcare for people sort of in the home as well. So it's lots happening there. We feel that the UK is really at the forefront of what's happening in terms of 5G, and the UK government has made a very strong commitment that we want to be a global leader in the delivery and implementation of 5G. So as I say, we've put a lot of investment into the testing and trialling, but also in working with the mobile phone providers and working with industry in terms of the delivery of what is needed for 5G. So I mentioned a little bit about some of the areas that we're working on in terms of rural connectivity to ensure that it's not only urban areas that are benefiting from 5G. The UK's goal is to have the vast majority of the UK population connected to 5G by 2027. So that's an ambitious target, but the fact that we've already got it up and running in a number of cities and towns. EE, for example, launched their 5G rollout in May this year, and they were responsible for connecting the Glastonbury Music Festival, one of the sort of biggest music festivals in the world, and that was one of the first 5G music festivals in the world. So there's lots of work going on in terms of the industry, and the UK government is playing our role in supporting their efforts to make progress on 5G. We're very pleased with the cooperation we've had with the Indian government so far. We work very closely with the Department of Telecoms. Our Department for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport have a very good dialogue with Department of Telecoms in terms of government-to-government links, but that's also looking at how the UK and India can learn from each other in terms of 5G rollout and 5G development. So it's a very strong partnership at the moment, and one that we are continuing to develop and continuing to build on. So, I mean, these were very, very innovative ideas. We were extremely pleased to see that CDOT and the University of Surrey, University of Bristol and King's College London had agreed to cooperate on the testing of 5G testbeds and 5G trials. I think it underlines the importance of academia and research in helping us to develop the next stage of 5G. So in terms of government involvement, we're very pleased to be sort of leaving the academic organisations and CDOT to be building those partnerships and developing them. But the UK government's commitment to supporting trials and test beds, this very much links into that as well. We see that as absolutely critical in terms of making 5G accessible and open to everyone, which is certainly the goal and the aim. Well, we know that the Indian government have set out an ambitious plan in terms of 5G development. We've heard a little bit today from the Minister about his determination to make that happen and to make sure that India is at the very forefront of what is happening in terms of 5G. I think that we've also heard from Vodafone today about the options and the potential here in India. So I think it's it's certainly something that will bring great benefits to the population here, and I'm sure that the government will continue to push very hard to see that implemented, but also industry will continue to play its role in helping that global, or not global, but the nationwide rollout here in India.